Hey, what's going on, y'all? All right, let's take a look to see what's going on here. NQ, I see previous day high here. I'm looking to see that as a target. Now, buy side liquidity, previous day high. If we take previous day high, so keep in mind, whenever you're looking at, you're either going to look at a high or a low to target as liquidity, right? And if I zoom into the 15 minute, um, we can look at another low, which another low can be London low and Asia low. So we have London low and Asia low. So this could be a sell side liquidity, another sell side liquidity, and then previous day high here, buy side liquidity. So we have to learn to identify manipulation. Okay. So we're either going to go up, manipulate, and then have some type of market structure shift during a time of interest. And then we're going to target low hanging fruit, which it could be this previous 90-minute cycle, which could be another target. This low here could be another target for sell side liquidity because we're about to take previous day high, right? So let's take a look at ES. This is ES previous day high. You see how it's lagging behind, right? Let's look at the Dow Jones. Look at this big old gap. Let's go back to NQ. NQ already took it, right? So we manipulated up. NQ already took previous day high. Let's zoom in on the 1 minute. We're inside our time of interest, but NQ is very bullish. So let's look at this low right here. This is a previous 90-minute cycle. So if you look at 90-minute cycles, you can see this one here as consolidation. This one is manipulation because it went up. So now what do we expect? We looked at our higher time frame. This is your London low right here. Previous 90-minute cycle right here. So for me, I would like to look for some shorts, even though the low hanging fruit was up here. So usually 9:45 to 10:15, this is my bread and butter. Okay. And a lot of times you're gonna catch moves around this time frame. If you look at my videos, all of my execution videos, usually they're within this time of interest. I just know it like the back of my hand. So um, you see how we took previous day high? We have these huge SMTs. This is considered your inverse fair value gap. This here is your CSD. Okay. Want to see if we can tap back into it. We sweep this as well. There's a fair value gap right here. Let's see if we might not actually tap into it because the Dow Jones already did. This fair value gap here, it was already tapped into by the Dow Jones. So it might just dump from here. This is sell side liquidity. Let's see if it gives us a chance of entry. So again, let's recap. Consolidation. This was the manipulation. This is your CSD to the downside. You could have pulled the trigger there. You have a huge SMT right here. We identify the move, but I mean, the thing is that you might not get a move every day, okay? And this could have been my entry there, but I wanted to see if we had a better retracement either into this inverse fair value gap. But as you can see, let's zoom in. You see this wick, how it comes back up, it rebalances into this wick here. That's why I said whenever you identify if you're into if you go in a buy or sell program, you don't need the perfect entry model. It doesn't need to be a breaker. It doesn't need to be an inverse fair value gap or an order block. You just need to identify when we go into a buy program or when we're going into a sell program. Sell program, and right here we identified it was going into a sell program when the algo is in a rush to go to the other end of the liquidity. Sometimes you won't get an entry, and here this would have been the entry right here. There was another SMT right here. The Dow Jones came, tapped into this fair value gap. So this is your retracement. You rebalance into this wick, right? That's why I posted a comment on Twitter that you can even use wicks. So here's your fair value gap. This high came up here from the Dow Jones, tapped into it, and it started going down. But I mean, our entry is missed. Um, we have these daily SMTs, so we have a fractal. Um, we have a fractal market maker model. Let's see. We have your buy side, and your sell side right here, just like that. And then you have these small SMTs here now because it looks like the Dow Jones took this previous 90-minute cycle. This would have been a good partial. Move your stop loss to either break even or another PD array that you think will get respected. So the thing is that you just have to, even if you don't push the button, it's good to look at the market live and be able to control your emotions to not push the button. But you know that by itself is a win. So you just have to detach from the money. All right, so I'm gonna delete this stuff so we can. I don't want it to get too cluttered. All right, so let's look at the higher time frame. Looks like we have some SMTs right here. Time is at 9:55. All right, so I just sent out a message to my team. So whenever you're getting these SMTs at the lows, and then you start getting SMTs at the highs, and you're not really too sure where the market's going. It's better to stay out. Another confirmation for me, in order for me, like right there, you could have entered there, but I would have liked to see some other type of SMT appear before I enter there for a short. Just because we have these SMTs down here, I would like to see another form of SMT here. Another manipulation leg, and then another market structure shift to target the at least these lows. Coming up on the 10 o'clock candle, I want to see what 10 o'clock does. So 10 o'clock can possibly do some type of manipulation up here. And if we get another form of SMT, then I can pull the trigger to take more sell side. So I want to see how 10 o'clock opens. Because if 10 o'clock just expands down here, then that was the move. This was the move right here. So I want to see 10 o'clock manipulate, and then see we have a CSD. So 10 o'clock is opening. I want to see at least a wick manipulation. It looks like it might just expand lower. So right here, we already did take. So there is an SMT right here, and the Dow Jones already took this wick high. Might just come down and take it. So we're respecting the CSD here. We're respecting this fair value gap. We're respecting the high of this wick as well, right? These are all little things that I'm eyeballing. How are these candles closing? Wanting to see if we get one more manipulation up. If we miss it, then we missed it, right? I don't care if I miss it. I want to short it. This is what I'm looking for. We're looking to short, okay? But I'm looking for one more form of manipulation. We got to get FOMO out of the way. It's like whenever if you're a sniper, you're playing a video game. You don't want to just shoot. You want to wait till that dude is just standing still. This SMT that I told you, that could have been the move right there. You see, it's just giving large down candles. 10 o'clock did open higher. This is the wick so far of 10 o'clock. These are the bodies. So 10 o'clock, this is the wick. These are the bodies. All right, we have another SMT down here. So in order, this needs to either just expand lower, or we need one more form of manipulation up here, which it looks like it's going to, because of this SMT now, right? We have an SMT down here. We need, in order to go lower, in order for me to pull the trigger, I need to see another form of manipulation just because of this lower SMT. I would not want to just short it there. All right, so we have SMTs at these highs now. We're still inside our time of interest. All right, we took this high right here. I want to see how this candle closes. Because this wick right here, we sweep it, SMT. We need to close it as a wick. A few more seconds. About to close. We're about to dump here. Go ahead and enter. Put my stop loss up here. We have this SMT, right? So we sweep right here. SMT at that high. Stop loss right there. Why? Is because we already have this CSD. We looked at the higher time frame. We saw our bias, right? I told you this was consolidation. This is manipulation. This is our distribution coming up right here. This is your rejection block. We haven't closed above that. So rejection block. Okay. This right here is your rejection block. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna leave it that color. So this long wick right here, this is your rejection block. You see that? This is your SMT, your final manipulation before you go lower. I'll take my partial there. I'll take another partial here, and my final partial over here. So now, if we zoom in, you see this previous candle, right? This is your 10:05. If you want to look at time, 10:05 is that 1 + 5 is 6, right? That's what Frank and Jamie they have. I haven't studied too much into it, but I mean we have this SMT here. We don't want to close above that. That's our order block. So I'm going to label it order block. We have our manipulation, SMT, everything is lining up. If we take an L here, then I mean it is what it is. We can't win them all, right? But we're following step by step. We're following our strategy. And go ahead and put a like if you like this type of breakdown. Hit a like. Um, put any comments if you have any questions. But the key here is market maker models. You have to learn and understand market maker models, and you're using time and time cycles to catch these trades. Okay, and notice how you might think that this is easy, man. This is years of studying. Okay, it's not something. I mean, who knows? You might learn it in 6 months. It didn't for me. No, it took almost 4 years for me to be able to read the market the way that I want it like this. So, all right. So, yep, we're at near the end of the cycle here. We want to see big down close candles, and I'm gonna move my stop loss right at the low of this rejection block, but we're not able to come back up and tag up here. So I'm just gonna move my stop loss. If you want to be very conservative, you want to keep your stop loss at the high of this SMT because we know that's a protected high. Okay. I'm okay. Just because I'm the way that I'm seeing this down close candle, I don't I don't think we should go back up here anymore. Okay, so this is why I'm moving aggressively my stop loss because if we're wrong, right, which right here we shouldn't be wrong, but if we're wrong, it doesn't matter if I have my stop loss up here or if I have my stop loss right here, right? I'm minimizing risk. If it comes and stops me out, I'm gonna lose more at the top of this wick than right here, right? We shouldn't come all the way back up here anymore. And that's the type of mentality you need to start moving towards because once you start detaching from these profits like that, so there's TP1. Now that I took profits, I'm going to go break even because I don't care if it stops me out now. You see? And my other, so what this is London low. London low. I'm targeting London low as my low hanging fruit, but I want to take another partial here. And like I was saying, you want to. I took money off. I put money in my pocket, right? Right here because I'm not. We already took London lows, okay? So there's a huge. Why do I say that? Um, the Dow Jones already took the London lows, okay? So I took money off the table, and then I'm break even, right? Because we can possibly just 10 o'clock. This is the 10 o'clock candle. The 10 o'clock candle came, swept these lows, and it can possibly just shoot back up, and it'll take us out. So it's a probability game, right? There's a probability that we can get stopped out right now. But if we lose, it doesn't matter. I took money home and I'm break even, and I'm not risking my capital. That's the way that I mean, it might not fit your style of trading. It works for me, right? Because when I lose, because everybody takes losses, right? But when I lose, it's very very minimal, or I'll be break even. I don't know. It just takes time. So don't get frustrated if it's not clicking. Don't get frustrated if you get stopped out. Go break even, man. There's nothing wrong with getting stopped out at break even. Okay. Notice how highlighting every I'm highlighting every PDA right here. Whenever you have CSD, whenever you have a market structure shift, your SMT, your rejection blocks, even if you didn't put, if you're looking at this, or if you're looking at this live in your own charts, practice not pushing the button. That's a really good habit. You know, practice good habits, small habits like this every single day, and you will get better every day. These small wins, they snowball. Trust me, they snowball, and keep practicing good habits, man. Um, One day, maybe a month from now or 2 months from now, you're gonna see the results. So leave a like and a comment if you have any questions, and I'll catch y'all next time.